Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Mysteries from Beyond the Other Dominion. I'm your host, Dr. Franklin Ruehl, and today we're going to reveal the secrets of robots, tell you about the ship that torpedoed itself, yes, torpedoed itself, investigate the case of the Idaho mine creature, and critique the 1932 sci-fi thriller 6 Hours to Live, starring Warner Baxter and John Bowles, and cover other intriguing subjects, time, of course, permitting. But first, the secrets of robots. Now, the term robot actually derives from the 1921 novel R.U.R. by the Czech novelist Karel Čapek. The words robotnik and robota are Slavic, robotnik meaning worker, robota work. And from that we have the new term today, robot, R-O-B-O-T. And you see on this placard, we also have the actual Cyrillic characters for robotnik and robota. Now, robots actually date back perhaps to the early 1800s when you had so-called clockwork figures, such as figures that would move around a large clock, such as in Germany. Also, at various carnivals, there were some supposed robotic entities, also known as automatons or androids, that could actually play games with contestants, such as chess. It's conceivable that a little person was actually in the robotic workings. The first novel, at least in modern times, depicting robots came from E.T.A. Hoffman in 1814. The novel, Automata, his creature was called The Talking Turk. He then wrote another book in 1816, The Sandman, featuring a female android, Olympia. But it is possible that the first depiction of a robot actually dates back 3,000 years. Yes, 3,000 years in Homer's Iliad, the epic poem describing the Trojan War. Now that was penned anywhere between 800 BC and 1200 BC. The reason there's a discrepancy here is because, first of all, we're not sure that Homer actually existed. Many different regions and times actually claim him as their own. Also, even if he existed, he may not have been the author of the Iliad, but it doesn't matter because we have the following passage that certainly sounds to me like a robot. And listen, there waited on Hephaestus the attendant maids, in form as living maids, but wrought of gold, instinct with consciousness, with voice endowed, and strength and skill from heavenly teachers drawn. These waited dubiously at the monarch's side. Well, certainly this sounds like we're talking about female androids made of gold with mechanical voices. And the reference to Hephaestus is quite apropos because he was the god of thunderbolts, armor, and shields. And his Roman counterpart, of course, was Vulcan. He would have been the ideal creator of robots. So, perhaps 3,000 years ago, the concept of robots was already in the human psyche. Now, as far as motion pictures go, apparently the first robot was Maria in the 1926 silent classic Metropolis by Fritz Lang. We had Maria the human and also her counterpart who was a robot. We showed you this in the previous episode. The star there, Bridget Helm. In 1940 we had Flash Gordon in Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe fighting an army of androids. In 1951 there was the robot Gort in the Michael Rennie classic The Day the Earth Stood Still. In 1956 we had Robbie the robot in Forbidden Planet. And of course, in recent years we've had C-3PO and R2-D2 in the Star Wars sagas. Now, we're going to show you androids in action from the 1953 Flash Gordon television show starring Steve Holland. The segment is entitled Attack of the Androids. Without further ado, let's see them in action. Roll tape!
Androids, attention on all planets. Destroy. Androids, on all planets, advance on the city. Androids, take communication centers. Get me Uranus.
Uranus has an announcement, sir.
Earth androids, attack the GBI. Earth androids, Attack GBI headquarters. Androids, attack GBI.
Saturn.
Saturn doesn't answer, sir.
What about the 3 prisoners?
I'm sure the android we sent has disposed of them.
They'll break in a few minutes, Commander. That's no use, sir. Ray guns on top.
Okay, true, they had quadruple exposures to give us more androids, but not bad for a low-budget production. Now, another type of android or robot is the cyborg, and that was first introduced in the 1966 sci-fi flick, again with Michael Rennie, that Cyborg 2087. A cyborg is a part human, part robotic entity. And I should ask this question. Today we have many individuals who have artificial hip joints, plastic lenses for cataracts, heart pacemakers, and artificial heart valves. Would these people technically be cyborgs, cybernetic organisms, because they're already partly mechanical? And of course, as we enter the new millennium, medical science will come up with an increasing number of implants, and we'll see an increasing number of individuals with those implants. In other words, the cyborgs will rule the 21st century. And as far as robots themselves go, there's a company in Pittsburgh, Probotics, which has come out with a household robot. His name is Cy, capital C-Y-E, who can actually deliver beverages and food, greet guests, and even vacuum the floors. But he doesn't do windows. So, in the 21st century, we will see the onset of both robots and cyborgs. Yes, no doubt about it. Contact Dr. Franklin Ruehl at email drruehl at yahoo.com. Dr. Ruehl at yahoo.com. Now, until next time, may the power of the cosmos be with you. Yes, yes, yes.